Good morning. Hi, y'all. Small but mighty crowd. I know it's all right. Trying to give it a few minutes to get through. It runs slow this morning. That's okay. We're going to stand up and we're going to open up with high vibration tone. Welcome to a place where the joy can't be described. Welcome to a place where the love can't be denied. Stand up on your feet, play to the music of a quiet beat. Here in the high vibration zone. Enter at your own risk, the high vibration zone, where the celebration just goes on and on. Buckle up, hold on tight, join the ride, or take it tonight. Here in the high vibration zone. Welcome to the place where the joy is really jumping. Welcome to the place where you feel the spirit jumping. There is no covering to ride and thrill and the children free. Here in the high vibration zone. Enter at your own risk, the high vibration zone, where the celebration just goes on and on. Hold on tight, enjoy the ride, or maybe the flight. Here in the high vibration zone. Here in the high vibration zone. Here in the high vibration zone. Say good morning to your fellow neighbors. Say good morning. Good morning. Here. Good morning.
Remember, we'll be passing the globe around.
He knows what I need. I was at a long night last night. My dog was in the ER with a bad UTI and migraines, and so I needed a daddy hug this morning. Okay, you may have a seat. We're going to go ahead and sing Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together,
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Barry.
Our pleasure.
And happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Celebrating love.
Celebrating love. Let's start our service this morning with our opening statement.
There is only one presence and one power in my life and the universe, God the Good.
And at this moment in the service, this is when we observe the Christ candle here glowing, the fire glowing, and we remember this represents the Christ within us, which throughout this week, let's think about that and how we can share this love with others around us. And now we can do our vision and mission statement.
Centered in God, we inspire spiritual transformation, creating a world of love, peace, and prosperity. We are an inclusive spiritual community, inspiring, awakening, and serving in love.
And we have a child with us today.
It's like, what?
We want to think about the child here and the children in our lives, the children throughout the world, as well as the child within each of us as we share these children's blessings.
We love you. We bless you. We behold the Christ in you. We accept you just the way you are. Walking in beauty, you are divine.
We're going to have a prayer box blessing. Can someone please bring that?
Let's just bring our attention first to the prayers that have been written down, put in this box. Then to the prayers that are written on our hearts. The prayers that are in the hearts of those whom we know and love who are not with us this morning. And all the prayers that are being offered in any time, millions and billions of prayers. We know that that divine presence, that divine mind, is that place of answering as we are willing to allow that healing light to be within us. So we just breathe into that for a moment. Healing what needs to be healed within the specific requests and within our world. And for this, we give our grateful thanks, and so it is. Amen.
I'm going to read today's daily word. And appropriately, it is love. Love is the natural expression of who I am. The more I learn about the power of the heart, the more I see that love is the natural expression of who I am. I tap into my heart energy and shift my focus. I bring my attention from my busy day to the wellspring of love within. I drop my awareness from my head to my heart and relax into God's love. The energy of the heart is powerful enough to foster peace and connection, even from a distance. In my prayer times, I remember that God's love radiates outward, touching people around the globe. Throughout the day, I silently bless each person I see and every person who comes to my mind. Let all that you do be done in love. 1 Corinthians 16:14.
Yes. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's.
I asked just a little while ago to share something. A couple Saturdays ago, I attended
They refer to it as a kind of a mini retreat. Zara and Carrie Joffrion hosted that and spoke at that. It was called Love After Love. It was really, really wonderful, and part of the focus of that retreat was to just, go inward a bit and be contemplative. And you do this within a circle, a sacred circle. And for a while I thought I was there, and I thought, well, I just got nothing. Nothing's coming. But how funny it was, because moments later I had an insight. And it was an insight, but yet it was also at the same time a remembrance of something that I knew that I really already knew. And how wonderful God is when He brings those things back to mind. And it really is about wholeness. And the daily word this morning, I was thinking about that as you were reading it, and it's about love and loving others, and not only that, loving ourselves. And as you all know, I'm very familiar with the scripture that says, love your neighbor as yourself. And it's really easy to love yourself when you're feeling good about yourself. But what about those times when we recognize within us those things that aren't so pretty, that aren't so great? What then? What do we do with that? And my remembrance or my insight was around that. And again, it is so interesting to me because I had not opened up the folder that I was given, or had not looked through all of what was in that folder that I was given for this retreat. But when I got home, I began to thumb through some of the papers that were in it, and I came across an excerpt from a book that I'd never heard of it. It's called A Hidden Wholeness by Parker J. Palmer. And I just was joyous. And I don't know about you, when I have insights, epiphanies, or things of that nature, first thing I want to do is go share them with somebody. So I thought, well, if I get an opportunity, I'll share them with all of you here. And this is the excerpt, so thank you for letting me share. And it goes this way. The only way to become whole is to put your arms lovingly around everything we've shown ourselves to be. Self-serving and generous. Spiteful and compassionate. Cowardly and courageous. Treacherous and trustworthy. We must be able to say to ourselves and to the world at large, I am all of the above. If we can't embrace the whole of who we are, embrace it with transformative love, we'll imprison the creative energies hidden in our own shadows and flee from the world's complex mix of shadow and light.
Thank you for sharing this. And I had an inspiration when you were speaking about how many times we'll get this inspiration to do something or to go somewhere, and then later we kind of start doubting, or we're just not in a good mood, we're not feeling good about ourselves. But just the fact that we just show up, then amazing things happening. You might be feeling down, and all of a sudden it's like, wow. Or you might meet people that you never expected to see, make connections, decide to join a new choir. Amy went last night with myself to a Valentine's Day concert that my husband was performing at. Anyway, so the importance of showing up and just being there so that God can speak to us at that moment. Let's now share together the Lord's Prayer. Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory.
So move deeper. Show up to that divine energy that is the truth of who you are. Breathe in. Breathing in that connection, that awareness. Breathing out, sharing that awareness, that connection. As we are reminded all through this day, the power of love. Let us open ourselves to that divine love, simply allowing all that is that creative power to be who we are. Allow yourself within your deep heart to know I am one with the one. I am this divine power of love. And when we get into those places, then our ego consciousness forgets that. We ask to be reminded gently, easily, and quickly, I am divine love. I am the light. I am that energy that reaches out and reaches in and embraces all that is put before me. Breathing deeply. Allowing that energy. Allowing that Christ light. Holding the metaphor of the flame within us. And as we breathe in inspiration, just as if we're breathing on a flame, it gets brighter and brighter. It illuminates the dark places. And where needful, it burns out all of that negativity. So let us gently within our own heart, within our own soul, move into that place of silent oneness in the silence. And gently breathing some more, both physically and spiritually, into that light. Bringing the awareness of the light here now into this place and into this light. Allow any concerns, prayers for others. Hear this Spirit. This is the healing. I allow, I invite. We are all one with the one. So all of those that I care about, all those that I love, I hold them in the light of divine love. All of those that I do not know, all of those I hold in anger, maybe sometimes disrespect. God, I hold them in the light of wholeness. I hold our planet. I hold every being on this planet in the light. And I reach out, stretching beyond my imagination, holding our universe in the light. We are one with one. And for this awareness, understanding, and acceptance, we give our grateful thanks. And so it is. Amen. Well, once more, happy Valentine's Day. We're going to have flowers to give out.
Yes, flowers.
So I'm thinking maybe at our, as we take the offering, Lucy, maybe you would be willing to do that.
Oh,
Paper
yeah.
towels
Oh, yeah. Oh,
to
yeah.
dry off the stems. Candy out there doesn't get any better. Ferrero Rocher out there. So Valentine's Day, what does that mean to you? What is that? Well, for me, it's a couple of important anniversaries. It's the anniversary of my wedding or marriage that lasted for a while and then went off, but we're still friends. It's also the anniversary of the transition of my mom. What is this, 2016? So 16 years ago? So as I thought about that, I thought, what is that? You know, Valentine's Day is about relationships. You know, marriage, family, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, friends, relationships. And what do relationships bring to the fore? They bring forth the need for patience. Maybe nobody else has that experience, but I have that experience. So, is there such a thing as too much patience? So we're going to explore this patience just a little bit. So first of all, here's some scriptures, and listen to the wording of some of these. We like to think of patience and love as, you know, it's all warm and touchy-feely and all of that process. So in Galatians, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such there is no law. Corinthians, love is patient. I'll put that in bold, patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered, and it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. You hear the underlying patience through all of those. And this from the book of James. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into a variety of temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. The trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. And then from the revealing word, patience, an attitude of mind characterized by poise, inner calmness, and quiet endurance, especially in the face of trying conditions. Patience has its foundation in faith, and it is perfected only in those who have unwavering faith in God. The proving of your faith worketh patience. So a slight rewording of the scripture from James. And what you have in your bulletin is a Valentine's from me and from Papa Charlie Fillmore. So the artwork is from me, and the quotes are from Papa Charlie, all about love. All about love. And I sorted these out of several pages of quotes that he has. So to know that and to make that connection between love and patience. And here are some synonyms for patience. Calm, forgiving, gentle, quiet, tolerant, forbearing, indulgent, long-suffering, uncomplaining, lenient, resigned, stoical. Ooh. We can have patience. We can be patient. Sometimes that leads us to being a patient. So we think about some of these words. They're very wonderful. Calm, forgiving, gentle, quiet, tolerant. But then listen to these others again. Indulgent, long-suffering, tolerant, uncomplaining, lenient, resigned, stoical. Do we really want more of that in our lives? You know, when we think about what this is and what we're thinking about. So I always tell God, I've got enough patience, thank you, I don't need any more. How many times do we hear people saying, oh God, grant me more patience? Is that what you want? You want more of that? Because what happens when we ask for more patience? We get more things to practice on. You know, practice patience. Practice means, you know, you never get it absolutely perfect. So we want to think about that process. What does that mean? And what does it, as we're thinking about love and how we do that? You know, so be careful what you ask for. And in unity, it's not, you know, the old phrase is, be careful what you ask for, you just might get it. Well, when we know the power of our words, we know, keep saying it enough, and you will get it. And that's one of the things we need to have more patience with ourselves. Because how careless when we say, I wish, I want, I need. We say that all the time. Oh, I wish this, I want that, I need this. And are those things we really, really want? I wish that would just go away. Really? You're thinking, what's going on with your words? Pay attention. Have patience with yourself as you are looking through these words. As many of you know, somebody will say something and I'll say, Carol, quit jumping. I'll go, no. You really don't want that. You really don't want that. So it takes patience to really think about what are we creating in our own lives. You know, what you resist persists, what you focus on multiplies. So we think about what's going on in our thoughts. And I think this ties in really good with our discussion that we had this morning. We were talking about that process of what's going on in our mind. And we think we have forgiven something, we think we have done something, and actually we have. We went out into that garden of our mind and we pulled all the weeds. But you know what? Sun shone a little bit more, and guess what? There were more seeds in there. So it takes patience from that perspective to be willing to allow ourselves to say, yes, and I need to go into that garden and pull up some more of those weeds. Now, I don't know how many of you are on Facebook. I don't have many people sitting out here, but I'll tell you what, Facebook can give you a great opportunity to become aware of where I am with patients and how I'm using that process of judgment. So, you know, I'm really very, very, I'm not lucky. I'm careful in selecting who I have for friends, and I get mostly very, very positive comments and things like that. But, you know, I've got some that are very much into that political arena, and, you know, you can begin to feel the energy, and you can get to feel the resistance, and you think about that and go, okay, this is who they are. I don't have to agree with them. They don't have to agree with me. Can I be patient with that process? Can I allow that person to be who they are? Now, that said, when we look out here, there are people that get into such a way of expressing themselves to say, no, 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 I don't need to be patient with that. I'm going to let go of that person. I don't need to have that person in my life. Now, I've been pretty good. There's only been one person I've had to do that on my Facebook, but I've been seeing it a lot, coming up with some of my other connections, because people responding to them have gotten into such a tizzy about whatever position it is they take, and they go, oh, I don't have to accept this. We need to keep that in mind. So how do we pay attention to what we are being tolerant of, to what we are being accepting of? People can, you know, things can happen that become abusive. How many people have stayed in relationships, whether it's a marriage relationship or a friendship relationship or even a work relationship, when they're literally being abused? What's going on with that? I've got one friend who, she and her husband, a 50-year-old son, more than 50 now, I think, living at home, when does patience become enabling? So Dad says, no, 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 we have to allow this. We have to be supportive. The Christian way of doing things is to be patient and tolerant. Well, when does that become damaging? What has gone on with this? Start out as a child, as a young person, and now we allow that person to take advantage. I've got a situation going on that just came up with in my own family. So my oldest nephew, who has been living at my daughter and son-in-law's house since his mom died about 3 years ago, and they've been supporting him, and he's done things for them. I mean, it's not just been a handout. However, this last week, he really had been doing some things on the internet, and the feds showed up at my daughter's house. Yeah, it was pretty kind of scary. Things that if they had actually been there with, they have moved into their RV, and they have not been taking the RV back and forth to their home. If the RV had been on the property, every bit of electronics that they have would have been confiscated. So my nephew in deep kimchi right now, and my daughter said, okay, that's enough. We're not going to go bailing out. He's 40 years old. He is an adult. He made these choices. He knows what's going on. Now, there are people in this situation who, you hear stories. They leap in there, oh no, oh, well, he didn't. He's 40 years old. He knew. Let's not get into that place of enabling. At some point, some people need to learn. We need to look at this process and see where we are, and this brings up an old friend we've talked about here just fairly recently, the process of judgment. So this is from the Revealing Word. Mental act of evaluation through comparison or contrast, okay? Spiritual discernment. The inner voice through whose expression we come into a larger realization of ourselves. Spiritual discernment. So when we are practicing patience, when we are practicing unconditional love, spiritual discernment. Where has this gone from a truly loving act to an enabling act that allows people to move way deeper into trouble and not be able to get themselves out. And Fillmore says this: man's safety lies in recognizing his need and balancing his judgment faculty with love. Balancing, and let's change judgment to spiritual discernment, balancing spiritual discernment in that process of love. Judgment is a faculty of the mind that can be exercised two ways: from sense perception or spiritual understanding. And so that's part of our process. Where are we coming from sense perception, from ego, all of those things, and when are we coming from a place of spiritual understanding? Well, I mentioned Facebook. Facebook's been really good to me and my Sunday talks the last several weeks. So here's an affirmation that Jamie Sanders posted last week, and it seems to me to kind of express that patience for ourselves and where we are in this process. Today, I bless those who appear to not appreciate all that I am. Have we ever had people like that? Today, I take a few moments to call to mind those that may have issues with me, who I am, what I do, and how I show up in the world. And I bless them anyway. You have a right to your opinion. Today, I look within and ask myself what role I may play, have played, or didn't play in any lingering stuff. And as I do, I choose to clean it up or release it if I am guided that it isn't mine. It is my job to clean up my messes. It is my responsibility to continually check myself for unresolved issues and hurts if I desire to move forward in my life. Patience of looking at those unresolved issues. I check myself and I do my work, and as I do, I am transformed in body, mind, and spirit. I speak up when others may not find their voice, and I purge my own feelings calmly and clearly, and it heals my soul. Today, I do indeed bless those who may have issues with me. For there have been times when I have had issues with myself and with others. I am committed to doing whatever it takes to become better with each passing day, and so it is. And in closing, from the Buddhist tradition, and this is about, for me, daily life. And you see the patience running through here. Do it slowly and deliberately. Do it completely. Do one thing at a time. Do less. Put space between things. Develop rituals. Designate time for certain things. Devote time to sitting. Think about what is necessary. Live simply and with loving patience for yourself. And so
Thank you, Carol. We're going to go ahead and stand up and sing a beautiful song called Work of Heart. Not Art, Work of Heart. David Alt. Bless his life.
You
take a second to tune my guitar, but I'm going to sing a song, Live in Love, by Jennifer Farron. I get hooked on certain musicians, if you've noticed. I'll do like a million Daniel David songs, anyway. But this is Live in Love. Make sure it's tuned, so your ears will thank me later. Doesn't like cold weather. All right, here we go. I'm actually staying here. Okay. Every minute of life's a chance to live in love. Every choice, every path, a chance to live in love. Every day of my sacred life, may I live in love. Rose up from the sea, bursting forth in sweet release. It's a river that will never run dry. It branches out and reaches up and keeps us going past the sky. It's called living in love, let's give it a try. Every minute of life's a chance to live in love. Every choice, every path, a chance to live in love. Every day of my sacred life, may I live in love. It's thoughtful and it's wise, giving hope and shedding light. It's a feeling no one ever outgrows. It spreads its wings and lifts us high. It shines compassion from inside. It's called living in love, let's give it a try. Love is always moving, 'cause it never can be still. It's a love and it's real, and it teaches us to life's a chance to live in love. Every choice, every path, a chance to live in love. Every day of my sacred life, may I live in love. Every day of my sacred life, may I live in love. Living love.
Let's have our prosperity blessing together.
Inexhaustible resource of spirit is equal to every day. There is no reality in lack. Abundance is here and now manifest.
Share it abundantly.
and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Lovingly I give, and lovingly I receive.
Do we have any announcements today?
Don't forget youth group Thursday nights, and it looks like the floor is gonna be ready now. The floor is ready downstairs, so we'll try to get tables and chairs, so depending on how this all works out. Hopefully, yes. Okay, well, we'll just, anyway, youth group regardless, Thursday night, 6:30 to 7:30, we have some good times. So come, you don't have to, kids don't have to be a member of the church, but we'd love to have you and out. That's all I have.
Yes, I just wanted to say we still have some Unity calendars left. If you haven't picked one up yet, feel free to come by the back and pick one up there. Every year Unity publishes a calendar, and each month features a theme. For instance, this month of course is love, and the next month will be probably wisdom, and etc. But please pick one up if you don't already have one.
And please, there's announcements of all the upcoming activities, John of God, Muti, and there is a flyer for the John of God like that that is out there you can pick up. She sent a whole bunch of them today. And don't we have something from the Buddhists that are
Next Saturday, the 20th, I believe that's the 20th, isn't it? Next Saturday is the 20th.
Yes.
I think there's a flyer hanging out in the foyer as well, and the name tags are talking about that. I think it's a workshop of sorts, and it's about, they're going to talk about karma. What is it, and all of the notions around that. So that should be pretty good. It's half a day, it's a half-day workshop, and if I read right, it's $25 to attend. And the Buddhist group, they're having one of their, I don't know what level of teachers they have, but this is one of their higher up teachers, I guess, that will be presenting this particular workshop.
I think it's so exciting that we have all of these wonderful things that come to us. That we're not having to do the work. We allow them, we invite them, we get rent from them, but we also have all those opportunities to participate in life, right? So I'm grateful.
Anybody else? Well, I would like to invite everybody to go out to lunch afterwards. I don't know where we're going, but we have a small enough crowd that we could actually, all of us, could sit together at one table. So please join us. Maybe some of you who haven't joined us for lunch, because it's a really good way to really get to know each other, and for us to get to know you better. So please join us.
And up, and we'll close out with our peace song and our prayer of protection.
God The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever